Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video I want to go through the top win streaking Clashfronts formations which were used in our legendary tier match because we were up against two pretty difficult guilds, Celestials and Asylum. Afterworks was a bit weaker, but definitely Asylum and Celestials are some of the top of their server. Anyway, let's go right into the top win streaking formations. So we're going to lead it off and we're going to look at all the different grids. And we're going to take the overall, like, top 3 win streakers or above. Yeah, and this was a competitive match because Cock win struck against all of Celestial's teams, which is good. Splash also did. However, I'm not going to take this formation because he has really high Paragon Ascension. I don't think this is the strongest team he could be running. I think he needs to try some different options because only getting 3 win streak with his level of Paragon Ascension is not great. I think he can do better than that. And here we got a really good 6 win streak. It might have been about RNG of which teams we're facing, but it was using this team. So this is a team I'm also running in my Supreme Arena defense now. Lucius instead of Temesia. And here it just did amazingly. I want to watch some of the replays actually, just to see how it did. So let's watch the let's watch the one that we actually was our 6th win streak. So here we would have lost a lot of stats, right? But so you have the triple threat, Vala, Lily May, and Tassi. And I feel like, always I think this is a good option, but I think specifically in Clashfronts, where like you get the fatigue system, you need more than one threat. Because just one alone, when you get fatigued, is not going to be enough to kill opponents. But look, so Lucius shielding didn't do really well there. It shielded the Tassi instead of my whole grouped up team, which is not good. But the whole idea behind this comp is basically a lot of energy generation. Lucius can keep casting his shielding. I don't even have Rowan on the buff tile. Then it would probably be even better. Lucius is going to shield in a good position right now. I think Lucius also probably does well when you're fatigued, because the shielding can like basically give you that artificial higher tankiness. And look at Tassi cleaning it up. Even while fatigued, hitting that hard is pretty crazy. And then Vala also, after one kill, Vala also becomes really strong. And yeah, so it's just buying enough time for Tassi to cast ultimate. So I think this is a great team you can run. However, there will be probably some other teams my different players have used involving Tassi if you don't have all of these heroes to run. So over here, the highest win streaker was Splash with a 5 win streak and was undefeated. This is probably the dream Tassi team, but it is a Celestial Hypogean team. But I will show it in case you have these heroes built and want to go for that team. Here, there was no battling going on that grid. Over here, there was only 2 win streaks from my guild members, and Utopia getting a 3 win streak against Asylum, who's a strong guild. Somehow with the legendary Mikola, so definitely we have to note down this formation. How is that doing so well? That's a really free-to-play friendly team. And then Arashi over here with the Iron Arden control team. Another good option. Iron Almas Arden. Similar to your team I'm running, but not quite the same. And Splash getting a good win streak here. Yeah, using the Maulers with Lenya, also a very solid option for a team. If you have Lenya built, definitely something you want to consider. Okay, in the upper left, there were just a few people fighting. Our team managed to get a 4 win streak, which is good. Definitely really good. So we're going to take a look at this formation. Yeah, because this is one of my weaker teams. But yeah, it is a new team I'm trying. So I want to actually show you the replay of this. Let's take a look at this replay. How did we do so well? So what I have is Odie on the butt. What the heck? Look at that burst damage. Oh, is it because they were fatigued? Yeah, so the best way to end someone's win streak is to just use Odie. It seems like Odie is so dominant against win streakers. Like, that Mauler faction talent just alone blew up the whole team. That's crazy. And Splash is going to get 3 win streak. Again, I'm not really happy. Like, I think he can do better than that. I mean, it could also depend on the matchups, but I think overall, I don't know if I'm like the Haywin in that team. I think probably it's less. He needs to go for a more offensive final option. And here we got a 3 win streak. And we were using the Arden Almas team, which we can save. I mean, Splash also got a win streak with his, but I think overall, this one is doing better for a lower, like a lower level of ascension. A 5 win streak. A lot were against Afterworks, but still, I think this is probably a team we should note down. Getting 5 win streaks is pretty difficult no matter what. No one is fighting here. And over here, we already took a look at these teams. Okay, so that should be some of the key teams sorted. And now let's go ahead and take a look at them deployed in the talent stages, so we can see exactly which different team options are going to be the best for you guys to run for Clashfronts. And of course, I'll make an updated video like one day before, or like 12 hours before the actual Clashfronts launches. Actually, I'll try to do it one day this time, because then it's easier for people to copy the formations. Okay, so here was one team. Valor Shield spell on both the Almas and the Lily May. Basically, Iron Almas teams do really well in Clashfronts, because opponents will not be able to run Lily May on all of their teams. And if you don't face a Lily May, you lock them down pretty much for good. Lily May is a strong damage threat along with Arden. Arden does really well in this lockdown, charging up his ultimate faster. So that makes a lot of sense why that team did so well. Moving on to the next one. This was my team that I was running, and it did really well. Like, this one got, I think, 6 win streaks for us, and I'm even running in Supreme Arena right now. Another option, for example, if you don't have Vala here or you don't have Vala built, you can definitely go for Rowan and then go for any other, like Corrin, for example. This would also be a very effective team, and also would give you even more energy generation for more shielding from Lucius. But it seems like Lucius was doing really well in Clashfronts. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next team. Next team, we had this one. So this is Splash's team. And this is probably the best Tossie team. He's used it before, and this one got like 6 or 7 win streaks for him right now. Resonating spell on Tossie to charge energy faster. Both Talion and Tossie basically are never going to die. They're always going to have the effect of light and dark buff tiles. You have Scarlita for shielding, Fresto for tanking, Ludovic for healing. This is an insane team. This is a crazy team, but the thing is, you have to use 3 well-built-up Celestial Hypogean heroes to make this team work. So it's the Lightbearer team that I just showed you is more budget, and that's what I'm running, which also did really well. This is like the more spender type of team, but it can be really, really difficult to beat. And especially for Supreme Arena, that's really strong. Then we have this other team. This is the team that my guildmate was using that did so well. With this legendary Mikola, right? He got the win streaks. Yeah, this is really good, and this is like very similar to my team of Shakir, right? But it's using Odie on the buff tile with the attack charms from Rainier, and Odie just shreds through enemies with the resonating spell. This is an insane team. This is actually a team which I heavily recommend for people, and even if the McCall is legendary, it doesn't matter. She provides Honor Jewel, and that gives you the attack buff if you can control it, or Honor Arena, and then Coco for damage reduction. This is an insane team. And it really stalks people's win streaks, as you saw, because both of them teleport to the enemy team, deal that splash of damage at the beginning, and then it might just be over from that point on. This is a really good team. Okay, let's take a look at the next one up. We have the Arden Lily May team. This is the team. Okay, so this is another version of Iron Almas, but basically resonating spell on the Arden this time. Before it was Valor Shield spell on the Lily May. It's up to you which one you want to run, but again, a very strong team for crowd control, making good use of all of these wilder heroes. Okay, moving on to the next team. Next up, we have Lenya, the Lenya team used by Splash. This is a very strong team. With Greatsword spell, more damage output from the Lenya, Shakir buffing up the Lenya, Mikola for controlling the Honor Arena for more attack buff, damage reduction from Coco. This is a very strong team, and definitely a great option if you have Lenya built. Using her in Maulers is probably going to be the best choice, and Greatsword spell is a really good artifact to use for this team. For it gives a lot of stats. It gives you attack and attack speed. And also you can trigger the effect for some physical defense shred as well. Okay, it's a really good team. Moving on, we have this team. This is my team that I was running, which did manage to get like, I think 5 win streaks or something. So yeah, but if you don't have like all these heroes, you can just use the team that we showed earlier, using the Mikola, Coco, and Odie's position swapped with the Rainier. That's a really strong team. But this is also strong. I like this team a lot. You can easily control the Honor Arena with the 2 Frestos. And I like Coco being teleported into the team. Like I mentioned for my Supreme Arena upgrade, I think because of her Pato Smash, when there are adjacent enemies, then Pato will smash the ground, dealing damage and stunning them for 3 seconds. So you get more value actually being in the middle of the enemy team. And you also have, like, if you have the stage 3 final node unlocked from Maulers, then she's going to be immune to the first fatal blow anyway, so she still has that survivability. So that is the Coco team. And then we have this team, which is another... Wait, what was this? Discord win streaks? Okay, well, the positioning is way off of this. I don't know if it's copied wrong or something. I can't imagine that someone set a defense like this. But if I had to, like, make a decision, I would probably say I would go for something like this, probably. Yeah, probably a positioning like this. And then giving the Valor with the resonating spell can be pretty strong, and having the other hero on the buff tile being the Rowan, and Lily May just for another damage threat, and Rainier to attack charm buff up the Vala for more power. Is probably how I would run this. Yeah, because after Vala gets one kill, basically she's untargetable by the enemies if you have her Mythic Plus upgrade, and so then it doesn't matter if she's teleported into the front. Okay, yeah, I would probably recommend this. Okay, and then next up we have another formation, which is this one. This is the formation I'm using, and also other people have been using this, and I think, yeah, Thib was running this, and he got that 3 win streak or something against strong enemies. This is a really good team. I like it. Smokey heals your team, gives you the attack and haste buff. He's in a really good position. He's buffing up the Almas, and like we mentioned, Iron Almas does really well in Clashfronts because there's only one Lily May team you could be facing, and if you get good luck and don't face any Lily May, you permanently lock them down and get so much value from this team. It's like a really hard-hitting nuke team. And then finally we have this final Mauler team option. You can have Smokey on the buff tile instead of the OD if you want, or you can even put OD on the buff tile, both a good Verdant spell just for like class-based buffs and good stat distribution. And Elsa is good on the buff tile because she jumps around anyway, so like her being in the middle of the enemy team is not a problem. And Smokey actually is better in the enemy of team because then all of your heroes who are running up there, Mikola, Brutus, Elsa, they can all be buffed up by the Smokey. Otherwise, Smokey gets left behind if you have a melee-oriented team. But anyway, guys, hopefully this is helpful. Some great teams that you can try for Clashfronts. Let me know what you think about all of these teams. But definitely some good options here. And like I mentioned, I will give you an update of the top 5 teams I'll be running closer to the next final stage of Clashfronts. Then I wonder, are we going to have another whole rotation of this Clashfronts, or will Clashfronts be over for this season? I hope we have another rotation. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.